Good morning, students, and welcome to the new venture of online learning. Today, we are going to start with Chapter 1 of Social Science Sources of History. Early in the morning, you receive a newspaper which makes you aware of the daily events and incidents. After some time, these events become the past. We recall them with a date and time when the same type of incident happens. Photographs and detailed information given of the past events in the newspaper help us to know more about our history. So based on this, we can take an example of the earthquake which occurred before few days back. But if you still wish to compare it with the same kind of incident that took place in 2001, you can ask your parents how terrible it was. A massive earthquake that occurred on Jan 26, 2001 in the Indian state of Gujarat, which took away thousands of lives. So, this is how you can compare the past with the present and can get a good piece of knowledge about the history. Moving ahead, in the above painting, you can see a stamp, an idol, a seal, utensils, vessels, and various other tools. We come to know history through such sources, and it is necessary to have knowledge of the past and to know and understand the present situation. We know history of thousands of years from the old or ancient buildings, forts, temples, stepwells, and other sites. So it is compulsory to have an idea about the past. Then only you can compare it with the present situation and can know the difference. And regarding the same, you can take a visit to the historical places in Rajkot city, for example, Watson Museum, Dolls Museum, and Kaba Gandhino, Delo, etc. And if you people are still interested in vintage car collection, then you can go and visit the amazing car collection kept in the Gondal Palace. Now moving ahead with an activity given there, make a scrapbook of old articles, paintings, photographs gathered from the various newspapers and magazines in your school, town, or village library. So as we have already went through the above two paragraphs, you can collect such old cuttings of your city from the newspaper, magazine, and can prepare a scrapbook according to your convenience. And it's not a kind of homework, but a fun activity where you can get lots of historical information about your city or of your town. Moving ahead, when collecting articles, photographs, and pictures of paintings, we gather historical information. You might even know some people who have a collection of old paintings, photographs, coins, stamps, and written information. This treasure of information was passed on to us by earlier generation. So now, as we already went through the above two paragraphs about the past with one of the example and the activity, likewise many people have the habit of collecting old coins, paintings, stamps, which acknowledge them about the past and can enrich their knowledge. Plus, when those things are kept in the display in exhibition, it can even help to enrich the knowledge of the other regarding the past. Likewise, we took an example of the vintage car collection which is being kept in the Gondal Palace, which can help us to know about the revolution took place in the field of automobile. So based on this, we can say that this is the treasure of information passed on to us by the earlier generation. In December 2000, most of the newspaper had published various articles with photographs on the incidents and events of 20th century, which became famous as a Millennium Gallery. So you are aware of the incident and personalities of the 20th century from the articles and photographs. Since our history is very ancient, we are always eager to know what people were eating and wearing in, how they lived, and in what type of houses and activities that were a part of their daily life. So for the same, you can go through the newspapers and magazines of 20th century, which will be available in the government library of our city. Or the best way is you can surf on internet, and as now it's the easiest way to acknowledge and enrich your knowledge about the past. Coming to the next topic, Tatpatras and Bhojpatras. We can know about the past through various sources. The Tatpatras and Bhojpatras manuscripts were written mostly in the Pandu scripts are some of them. Bhojpatras are made up from the skin of the tree named as Bauj. As we have already discussed that we can know about the past through various sources, likewise Tatpatras and Bhojpatras were the part of Pandu scripts. Now if we go through both of this, then Tatpatras, which was made out of dried palm leaves, in the same way Bhojpatras was made out of the skin of a tree named as Bauj. Although most of the Pandu manuscripts have been destroyed by insects, some are still preserved in temples, viharas, libraries, and government museums. Using these sources, we get a lot of information about the king, administration, and public life in the ancient times. Although many of them were being destroyed by insects, few of them are still preserved in the temple viharas and libraries and in the government museums, through which we can get a good piece of information about the king of the ancient time. And for the example, you can go through the show which was being telecast on daily basis on History Channel named as Ancient Aliens, right? Even in that also we'll find such kind of examples being shown regarding the manuscripts. Now coming to the next topic, records in stone inscriptions. In ancient times, main incidents like achievements of kings, writing of orders, and treaties with the other states were carved on stones or metal plates. These metal plates and stone writings, known as inscriptions, exist even today and are preserved in archives such as the National Archives of Delhi. So the carving on the stone is known as stone inscriptions, and it was also done on copper and metal plates, and these are still preserved in the National Archives of Delhi. So now coming to the next topic, vessel ornaments and tools. During excavation, utensils, stone tools, and ancient ornaments are found which help us to know the history of ancient times. Based on picture 1.4, gather information on similar objects found from an excavation site near your residence. Just as archaeologists do, we too can know the history of ancient times from the old coins, stone inscriptions, paintings, and metal plates, like a program on Discovery Channel, American Diggers. Excavation. What is excavation? Excavation is the exposure, processing, and recording of archaeological remains. In short, an excavation site or dig is a site being studied. So, like even you can conduct an excavation program to know about the remains which is connected to our history, but with the proper permission of government officials. Coming to the next is the activity. Arrange an exhibition of various ancient objects and specimens of historical sources from your house, school, museums, and other institutions. Write a report and record it in your notebook. Now this is not possible at personal level, but regarding the same, we can conduct it at school level, and in the near future we will try to get the permission from our principal to conduct it, so all of us together can enrich our knowledge as well as of others too. Now we know that there are various sources from which we can get authentic historical information. I hope all of you got the chapter, and if you are still not thorough with the chapter, I request you to go through the video once again. Thank you.